he's like, hey, can I like come over and talk to you? And I was like, okay, sure. Had a gut feeling. Think that I'm crazy? Swear to God. Had a gut feeling. Get off the phone with him.
Hey man, intuition is real, bro. Energy is real. You know what I'm saying? That gut feeling, that's energy. You can feel that shit.
So he says, Laura, I'm in love with you. Look at me dead in the eyes with tears rolling down his fucking face. Knowing me, literally, I'm gonna have to show a picture of me whenever I was 6 years old. I was like, he's known me since I was like as tall as my fucking knee. He's like, Laura, I'm in love with you. And I was like, oh, I love you too. And he's like, no, I mean, I'm in love with you. Like, I would love to marry you.
Woman says her father that adopted her as a child confessed he's in love with her. He did weird all my life. If you don't hit that like and subscribe button, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Let's see what it's hitting for.
I literally don't even know where to start, but I'm probably going to start with the most traumatic, which my adopted dad, like, that was the most traumatic. And get this, listen, okay, so when he came over to my apartment to tell me that day, he like rang me up and he called me and he's like, hey, can I like come over and talk to you? And I was like, okay, sure. Had a gut feeling. Think that I'm crazy? Swear to God. Had a gut feeling. Get off the phone with him.
Hey man, intuition is real, bro. Energy is real. You know what I'm saying? That gut feeling, that's energy. You can feel that shit.
Peeping through the blinds, I have this gut feeling. I'm sick to my stomach. Then I hear, I go sit down, hear the car door slam. Go look out the window, see him walking up. I know what the fuck he's gonna say. I know what he is going to say. And you're like, oh, Laura, how'd you know what he was gonna say? Because he did weird shit my entire life. And I gaslit myself into thinking that maybe it wasn't weird because I didn't have a dad, so I didn't know what that relationship was really like.
And see, that's how they'll take advantage of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Being a foster kid or an adopted kid or whatever, you know what I'm saying, is scary. You know, I haven't been one, you know what I'm saying, but my close friend, you know what I'm saying, had an adoption brother at a point in time, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I kind of seen, you know, how he was, you know what I'm saying. It should be dangerous though, because you don't know who you living with, bro. Them people might be crazy. They might be on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Okay, so I lived on the second story. He had to walk up 2 flights of stairs, knocked on my door. I'm sweating. Like, my anxiety, like, is so bad. I let him in. He sits down on one couch. Well, he's pacing a little bit, sits down on one couch. I'm sitting down on the other couch. And he's crying. And to think of, my adopted dad was born in the 60s. He was a country guy. He was like, you know how guys from the 60s are, how old dudes from the 60s are. So, like, I think I maybe saw him cry, like, once ever. So I thought he was having a mental breakdown, and he couldn't even speak. And I was like, say it. I was like, just say it. Say what you're going to say. Like, almost coercing it out of him because I was afraid that he wasn't going to say it, and I wanted to know what he was going to fucking say. I really should have recorded it, but so he says, Laura, I'm in love with you. Look at me dead in the eyes with tears rolling down his fucking face. Knowing me, literally, I'm gonna have to show a picture of me whenever I was 6 years old. I was like, he's known me since I was like as tall as my fucking knee. He's like, Laura, I'm in love with you. And I was like, oh, I love you too. And he's like, no, I mean, I'm in love with you. Like, I would love to marry you. I'm telling you, I'm freaking the fuck out in here. But it is also giving me clarification on everything that has happened throughout my time knowing him since I was 6 years old. I blacked out after that. I fucking blacked the fuck out. I remember him asking me, because I lived like 5 or 6 blocks away from my childhood home that I grew up in. Fuck. I remember him asking me to dinner because it was the weekend. They were a horrible family, but one thing that they generally did was like Sunday dinners or whatever. So he asked me to dinner. And I'm sure I said, like, yeah, or something like that. And then he walked out of my house, and I locked every fucking lock on that door, and I went into my fucking bedroom, and I locked that door, and I hid under my blankets, and I fucking...
So you blacked out. Let me get this right. You blacked out. Like you passed out. And dude was just chilling in your apartment till you woke up, then asked you to dinner, and you said yeah. He left, and you locked the doors. I mean, I get you was probably shocked or whatever, but blacked out, that's dangerous. He could have done anything. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the time to be blacking out, shorty.
Sobbed my eyes out. I was like hyperventilating. I was like freaking out. I was in there for over an hour before I was able to like do anything else than that. And I texted my sister. At the time I was married to a man. But anyway, I texted my ex-husband, and I was like, you're not gonna believe this. If you don't believe this, I'm gonna fucking leave you because this is fucked up. So I texted him everything, and before I gave him a chance to even read it or respond, I was like, no, fuck this, I need to talk to somebody. So I call him, and I tell him every single fucking detail. Mind you, my ex-husband was not a good man either. That's another story, equally as traumatizing story. But anyway, I was on the phone with him, and he was just like, he's like, Laura, you must be confused. Like, imagine a man sticking up for another fucked up man. But he's like, Laura, you have to be confused. There's got to be some... And he knows my history with these people and my adopted dad. But he's literally like, no, you're confused. There's no way. I hang up on him. I call the most important person in my world, which is my little sister. And I tell her, and she's freaking the fuck out too. Because she has fucked up experiences.
Hey man, y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. 2I Put a Name. If you made it to the end of this video and you bored, check out this video to the left, or check out my music to the right. I just dropped some new shit, man. Big Dog out now, all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever it is, it's out there. Add that to y'all playlist and run that up for me on my mother's children. But yeah, I'll get at y'all on the next one, man. And I'm gone. 2I Put a Name.
This shit is in me, it ain't on me, you can't scrub it off. I've been riding by my lonely on that paper walk. And why too, you call your homies cause they bound to talk. Yeah, I've been focused on my chicken.